Hello YouTube, this is ChardarYuGiOh, and today I'm going to talk about why your collection is worth or is probably worth more than what you think it is. Now this is something I see all the time, mostly at locals, occasionally online, but I see a lot of people always talk about how they have nothing that's worth anything and their collection is worthless and they can never build it up or anything, and that maybe it is, like, very rarely, but most of the time this is because people don't know what to look for from even from their own collections, and much less from other people's. So first thing I'm going to talk about, now this one is actually really obvious. You hear a guy talk about how broke he is, how they have no good cards, and then you play against them or you look at their deck or something and you start to see stuff like this: Ultra Mystical Space Typhoon, Ultra Monster Reborn, Ultra First Edition Dark Hole, Ultra Torrential Tribute, Gold Solemn Judgment. You get the idea. Lots and lots of hollow staples. Now, if you're trying to get some trade for some good stuff, or build up your binder, or you need to trade for a whole deck, first thing you do, take those out of your deck and put these in. These are worth 50 cents to $1 a piece, and they have the exact same effect. It will not hurt your game at all if you take those out of your deck. And as soon as you put these in your into your binder, you've just added about 50 cents, $50 to $75, or whatever crazy thing people value these at. You just added that to your binder. Now, I know what you're thinking, aren't you a hypocrite for doing that? Yes, but I am an arrogant jerk, and I like my shiny cardboard, so I'm not going to do that. And, you know, I have a very nice binder, especially for my locals, so I'm not too worried about it. But if you're trying to add value to your binder, put your hollow staples in it. Next thing, there's a lot of cards that people don't realize are actually worth as much as they are, like this rare King of the Swamp. I didn't even know I had this. I found it in a shoebox earlier today. This card's worth about $6 to $10. It varies, but boom, that's a lot of extra value that I had no idea I had. And other stuff like, here's just some examples: Horus the Black Flame Dragon level 8, Secrets worth about 5-6, Ultra is 8, and the Ulti sells for like 30 something. The problem with that, you have to find someone who's willing to pay that for the card, but overall, if you can find that person, you've added a lot of value to your binder. Maybe you already had those in there, you just didn't know. Then, another thing, look through your commons and rares for stuff like Skill Drain, Royal Decree, Light Imprisoning Mirror, Shadow Imprisoning Mirror, Spirit Reaper. Everyone says commons in Yu-Gi-Oh are worthless, and for the most part, they're right. But there's always a few things like these that are very, very good to have, and people will trade for those. And some of it is worth like maybe $1, some is worth $2. I think most expensive is like Royal Decree, which is like 7 or 8. And I'm not the authority on values. This is just general stuff I get from eBay, Troll and Toad, and different stores that I see. But yeah. Now, if you're looking for a way to, but yeah, there's some stuff here that's, you know, it's worth it, and people will trade for it. So, and this stuff is actually really easy to get. If someone hands you this tin full of commons or this big stack, here's what I have for trade, you know, you go through, you rip out everything like this, and, like, I don't feel bad about doing that to those people, because I hate it when people dig me through tins. You know, get a binder. You don't have to buy a big fancy monster binder or anything. Just binders range from about $3 up to $30, so there's no excuse for not having a binder. And so just take stuff like this, because even if, especially once you get it to a playset, people will trade a lot for playsets of stuff like this that they need. Another big one is Gozen Match. Another thing, if you need to add some very quick value to your collection, just buy some tins. Warnings and Dualities, these are both worth maybe 6 and 10 respectively. You know, that's really, really good for tin promos that are very easily accessible, and you get 5 packs that you might pull something good out of, and then people will always trade for promos like these. I don't really get it. I have a ton of them, but people always trade for them really highly, so that's a very good way to add some very quick value to your binder. So that's just some ways that I've built up my collection, because I don't actually buy stuff very often. I've built this up through trades and just using common sense and just generally being smart with how I manage my collection. So I'm probably, I'm going to keep doing these series and make a different video towards different comments I get. So just let me know what you think of this video, what you think of what I'm saying, and if there's anything you'd like me to talk about next, or any questions you'd like answered, just feel free to ask in the little comment section down there. I love reading comments. So, yeah, peace out, YouTube.